Betty? Oh my God, Betty? Betty? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power.
My Betty be hardy soon.
Out of here!
My Betty not going down.
Out of my sight! I said out of my... Oh God. Oh God, help me. Betty. Oh, child. Your child. Betty, will you open your eyes? Betty.
Uncle, Susanna Wilcox here from Dr. Griggs.
Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
He bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he could not discover no medicine for it in his books.
Then he must Sir John.
Aye, sir. You've been searching since he left you, sir. But he bid me come and tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause.
No. There'll be no sign of unnatural causes here. Tell him I sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let you look to medicine to put out all thought of unnatural causes, for there'll be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think it's best to go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people all sick with her.
What should I tell them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle, and let me tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be. But they're talking witchcraft. Betty's not witch.
I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not been open with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We danced, and when you leapt in on us so suddenly, she took fright. She fainted, and that's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child, for your punishment will come in its time. But if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it now. For surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it.
I never conjured spirits.
Then why did she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out, for surely my enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you've done there. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I've heard it, sir.
There's a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so.
Now, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is starting to be the very center of some obscene practice.
It were sport,
Oh,
Uncle!
this sport! I saw Tijima waving her arms over the fire when I came upon you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and a gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She's always singing her Barbados songs, and we
I
dance!
did not blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
A dress, and I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked! You mistake yourself!
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, for I pray you feel the weight of the truth upon you. For my ministry's at stake, my ministry, perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give it all to me now, for I dare not to be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There's nothing more. I swear it.
Abigail, I have fought 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when some good respect is rising for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I put clothes upon your back. Now give me an upright answer. Your name in the town is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I am sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Then why? Is there any other cause that you have told me for you being discharged of Goody Proctor's service? I've heard it said, and I tell you as I heard it, that Goody Proctor will so rarely come to church this year because she would not sit next to something soiled. What signifies that remark?
She hates me, uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It is a bitter, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be, but yet it has troubled me that you are now 8 months out of their house, and not a single family has ever called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, uncle?
No, no.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it say it is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar!
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
Why, Goody Putnam?
How high? How high did she fly?
No, she never flew.
Why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her go to prison, so far. Came down, light as a bird.
You, Goody Putnam, she never. What? Oh, why, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Providence, he's out now. Providence.
What's out, sir? What's...
Why, Anne, her eyes is closed.
That's strange. Ours is open.
Your roof is sick?
I do not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick, you know. It's death. Death driven into the forks in him.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does she ail?
She has as she must. She never waked this morning. But she walks, hears not, sees not, she cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
They say you sent Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts and...
Found a witch last year in Beverly, let you remember that.
Oh, Goody Putnam, they've only thought that we're a witch. Well, I am sure there's no element of witchcraft.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr. Harris.
Thomas, pray you need not to witchcraft. I know you least of all, Thomas, would ever wish such a disastrous charge laid upon me. We can now lead to witchcraft, and will how we out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot if you hold back in this. There be hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot...
Anne, tell them what you've done.
Reverend Hale, I have lain 7 babies, unbaptized, in this earth. Believe me, sir, you've never seen more hardy babies born. In the very night of their birth, each shrivel in my hands. He has said nothing, but my heart has clamored into me. And now, my Ruth, my only. You see, they're very strange. A secret child should become you who shrivels like a sucking mouth pulling on her life. So, I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
But it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it upon my soul. But who else may tell us you murdered my baby?
Woman.
They were murdered, Mr. Paris! And mark this Ruth. Last night, my Ruth remembered something with those spirits. For I know it. How else did she struck them down? Except some power of darkness to shut them out. It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There be a murderous witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
So you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, no, Abigail, for proper payment for my charity. Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You've discovered witchcraft.
In my house, Thomas?
Your pardons.
I only thought to see how Betty was feeling.
Why are you here? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She let out a powerful sneeze before.
The sign of life.
I'd fear no more, Goody Putnam. It were a powerful sneeze. Another like it will shake her wits together.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I wish to pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why don't you go
No,
down?
no, I have no answer for that crowd. I shall wait till Mr. Hale arrives. If you will, Goody Ann.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down. Speak to them. Pray with them. They thirst for your word, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I'll lead them in a psalm, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. The causes yet are known. I've had enough contention here since I came. I want no more.
Where's he here? You going with Ruth? Here?
I'm,
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
I will, Uncle.
There'll be a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
it's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty? Betty, now sit up. Betty?
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No, no. He'll be coming up. Listen, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
And what more?
He knows that Tituba conjured your sisters from the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus.
The village is out. I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking
Witchcraft.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging error. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other thing.
No, we'll be whipped.
I never done none of it. I only looked.
Oh, what a great looking arms there, Warren. What a great feeling courage you have. Betty? Betty, you're Betty, stop being me. My, you seem to be improving. I told your papa and I told him everything. There's nothing more to tell. Boy, my mama! What's wrong with Betty? Your mama's getting buried. Don't lie about little boy. I told him everything. He knows everything. What, Abby? You didn't tell him that. No, you will never. You did. You did. You took a charge to kill John Proctor's wife. You took a charge to kill Lynn Proctor. Shut it! I said shut it! Now look, you, all of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth's dead sisters, and that is the whole of it. Now mark this. If any of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word about the other things, I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it too. I saw my dear parents' head smashed in on the pillows next to mine. Now I've seen some reddish works done at night, and I can make you wish you'd never seen the sun go down. Now sit up and stop this.
Abby, what's got her? She's going to die.
It's a sin to tell her.
Shut it, Mary Warren!
Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? I'm looking for you more often than my cows nowadays.
I only come to see the great doings of the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your ass one of these days. Get you home. My wife's waiting with your work.
I'd be best off. I have my room to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
Ah, I'd forgotten how strong you were, John Proctor.
What's the mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
Rode past my house as a pilgrimage to Salem. Town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, gosh. We were dancing in the woods last night and my uncle left in on us. She took fright is all.
You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, no, Abby, that's done with.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle is brewing up. Put it out of mind, Abby.
I'm waiting for you every night. night.
I give you no hope to wait from me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
Abby, you'll wipe it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you no more.
You're surely sporting me.
You know me better.
I know you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion when I come near. Or did I dream that? It was she who put me out. You could not pretend it was you. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then, John, and you love me now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
Ah, no wild thing may say wild things, but not so wild, I think. I've seen you since she put me out. I've seen you nights.
I've hardly left my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window. I look down and I see you there burning in your loneliness. Do you mean to tell me you've never looked up?
I may have looked up.
Aye, as you must, for you are no wintry man, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream but wake and walk around my house like I might find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may have thought of you softly from now and then, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again. You'll wipe it out of mind. We never touched, Abby.
Aye, but we did.
Why we did not?
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man like such a sickly wife.
You speak nothing of Elizabeth!
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a sickly woman and you bent to her.
Do you ask for a whipping?
I asked for the John Proctor who took me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying legends taught to me by those Christian women and their covenant in bed. Now you bid me tear the light from my eyes. I will not. I cannot. You love me, John Proctor. Whatever sin it is, you love me yet. Pity me, John. Pity me.
Notorious sign of witchcraft. What did you sign?
You never told me that. I cannot bear to hear the name of the Lord.
Rebecca, go to her where it was. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the
There's a hard sickness here, child, Corey, so please be quiet.
I'm not said a word. No one here can testify that I said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies. Quiet.
What have you done?
What do you make of it, Rebecca?
Pretty nurse, we look to you to go to our roof and wake her.
I think she will wake in time. Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children. I am 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. And when it comes on, they will run the devil bold and be keeping up with their mischief. I think she will wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child's. You cannot chase after it. You must stand still, and for love will soon itself will come back again.
Alright. That's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungry yet. I hope you're not decided to go in search of loose spirits, Mr. Harris. I heard Thomas about outside.
Well, why do pagans running through the parish that the devil would be among us? But I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
Then why don't you come out and call them wrong? You call a meeting before you brought this minister here to look for devils?
He's not come to look for devils.
Then what's he come for?
There be children dying in the village.
I see none dying. Just a problem. This society will not be a bag for you to swing around your head. Did you call a meeting
I'm
before you...
sick of meetings. Can a man not turn his head without he have a meeting?
He may turn his head, but not to hell.
Right, John. Calm yourself. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us arguing about in the society again, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on the doctor now and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If he so is, let us go to God for the cause of it. There is a prodigious danger in going in search of loose spirits, and I fear it, and let us rather
How may we blame ourselves? I'm one of 9 sons, the Putnam seed who peopled this province. And yet, I've but one child of 8 now, and she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
But I must. You think it's God's work? You should never lose a child nor a grandchild either, and I lose all but one. There are wheels within wheels in this village, and fires within fires!
When Reverend Hale arrives, there's perceived to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris, Thomas, for we vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I've not seen you so concerned with this society, Mr. Proctor. I don't believe I've seen you at Sabbath since snow flew.
I have trouble enough for that I travel 5 miles to hear him preach of nothing but hellfire and bloody damnation. Take it to heart, Mr. Paris. There are many others who stray away from church nowadays because you hardly ever mention God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It is somewhat true. There are many that fail to bring their
I
children.
do not preach for the children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry.
Are there really those unmindful?
I would say I better half a Salem village.
More than that.
I want a mark of confidence is all. I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years, and I do not wish to be put out like some cat, whenever the majority feels the wind. You people seem not to comprehend that a minister is the Lord's man. A minister is not to be taken so lightly crossed and contradicted. There is either obedience in this church, or this church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you go 2 minutes without mentioning hell? I am sick of hell.
Not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak what I think.
What are we, Quakers? We are not Quakers yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There's a faction, I'm not blind, there's a faction and a party.
Against you.
Against him and all authority.
Oh, good then. Well, I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly. I like not the smell of all this authority.
No, you cannot break charity with your minister. You are of another kind, John. Clasp his hand, make your peace.
I have crops to sow and lumber to bring home. Come on, Giles. He says there's a party. Let's find us a party.
I've changed my opinion on this man, John. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much irony in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind what the trouble be among us all these years. Think on it. Wherefore is everybody suing everybody else? Think on it. It is a deep thing and as dark as a pit. I have been to court 6 times this year.
Giles, it is not the devil's fault that a man cannot bid you good morning without you clap him for defamation. You're old. Your hearing doesn't serve you like it used to.
John Proctor, I've only last month collected 4 pounds of damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off your house and died.
And I said nothing of the sort. And I surely paid you for it. So I hope I may call you old without charge. Now come along, Giles. Help me drag my lumber.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber might that be you're dragging, if I may ask?
My lumber! From my land, down by the riverside.
Why, it seems we have gone mad this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds, Proctor, my bounds.
In your bounds. I bought that tract off Goody Nurse's husband but 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It states clear in my grandfather's will.
Your grandfather also had a habit of willing land that he had no right to, if I may say it plain.
And that's God's truth. He nearly wilted away my northern pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he set his name on it. Let's get your lumber home, John. I feel the sun and will of work coming on.
You load one more oak of mine and you'll fight to drag it home.
Aye, and we'll win too. This fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll clap a writ on you.
Pray you. Someone take these.
Oh, why, Mr. Hale, it's so good to see you again. My, these are heavy.
They must be. They're weighed with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy.
You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I knew you, but I suppose you look as though a good soul should. We've all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam with his good wife Anne?
Ah, Putnam. I had not expected such distinguished company, sir.
Does not seem to do us well here today. We look to you to come to our home and save our child.
Your child ails too?
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
Cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men have afflicted children?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
He don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witchcraft one way or the other. Now will you come, Giles?
I think not, John. I have some few queer questions of my own to ask this fellow.
Mr. Hale, I've heard you'd be a sensible man. Pray you leave some of it in Salem.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She has tried to leap out the window. We discovered her this morning on the high road, looking as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly?
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. It is a sure sign of witchcraft.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstitionists. The devil is precise. His marks are as definite as stone. And I must tell you, I shall not look to proceed unless you are all willing to believe me if I can find no bruise of hell upon her.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Mr. Paris, when did you first start noticing this strangeness?
Well, sir, I discovered my daughter and my niece dancing in the forest.
You permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
Mr. Paris's slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
Why, we cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my Ruth to learn from Tituba. He should know who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure up the dead?
Let God judge me, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Even that will work. To lose 7 children before they live with them.
7 dead in childbirth.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In this book, the devil stands stripped of all of his brute disguises. Here are your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, by sea, your wizards of the night and the day. Have no fear now. If the devil has come among us, I mean to find him out and crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot say. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I will go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we are about to open up the boil of all of our troubles here.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
You don't mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let's get on.
Mr. Hale, I always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife, I've waked at night many a times before and found her in the corner reading of a strange book. Now, what do you make of that?
Well, that's not necessarily...
It discomforts me. Last night, mark this, I tried and could not say my prayers. And my Martha closed her book and walks out of the house. And suddenly, mark this, I could pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is interesting. I'll speak further on that with you.
I'm not saying she touched the devil now. I just want to know what books she reads and why she hides them. She will not answer me, you see?
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is truly in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please, keep your wits about you. Putnam, stand close in case she tries to fly. Now, Betty dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I am John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 children in Beverly?
How can it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike? We have all manner of licentious people in the village.
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already bad? It's the best the devil wants. And who's better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Paris. Deep, deep.
Now, Betty, answer Mr. Hale. Betty,
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a man or a woman even. Does some bird, perhaps, come to you? Invisible to others, a pig, a mouse, or any beast at all. Is there some figure that bids you fly?
return for us.
Like common dancing is all, sir.
I think I ought to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
What were in the soup, Abigail?
Like beans and lentils, I think.
Mr. Parrish, did you happen to notice anything living inside the frog? Inside the kettle, a mouse, a spider, a frog.
I do believe there were some movement in the soup.
That jumped in.
What jumped in?
Why, a very little frog jumped.
Abby?
Abigail, maybe your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
Not I, sir. Tituba.
She
Tituba.
called the devil?
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Leanne, will you bring her in?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke
When
Barbados.
she called him, did you notice a cold breeze wrap her trembling below the ground?
I never saw no devil. Betty. Betty.
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew from that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl, a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Abby.
She made me drink blood.
What?
And baby's blood.
No, chicken blood. She drank chicken blood.
Tituba, have you enlisted these children for the
I
devil?
don't choke with no devil.
Then why should not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You set your spirit upon this child, do you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She made me laugh at prayer.
I often laughed at prayer.
She come to me every night to go drink blood.
You begged me to conjure. She begged me to make charms.
Don't lie. She always come to me in my sleep. She made me dream corruption.
Why you say that, Abby?
Sometimes I wake in an open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I hear her laughing in my sleep, singing her Barbados songs and tempting me with
Mr. Reverend, I never.
Tituba, why don't you wake this child?
I have no power on this child, sir.
You most certainly do, and you wake her from it now. When did you come back with the
I
devil?
don't compact with no devil.
Confess yourself, or I will take you out and whip you to your death, Tituba!
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken
No,
and hanged.
no! Don't hang Tituba. I told him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
The devil?
Then you saw him. Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break free. We're going to help you tear yourself free.
Mr. Reverend, I do believe somebody else bewitching these children.
Who?
I don't know, sir. The devil has numerous witches.
Does he? Tituba, look into my eyes. Look into me. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these children, Tituba.
I don't desire to hurt these little children, sir.
And you love God.
I love God with all my being.
Now in God's holy name,
Bless him, bless him.
and to all of his glory,
Return the glory, bless him, bless God.
open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on
Oh,
you.
bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with someone from the village? Someone you know?
Sir, I believe.
Who came with him?
Sarah Good. Did you ever see Sarah Good with the devil? Or Osmond?
Was it a man or woman who came with him?
Man or woman was woman.
A woman, you said? What woman?
It was black, dark, and
You could see him, why couldn't you see
They
her?
was always talking. They was always running around and carrying
Out
on.
of Salem? Salem witches?
Sir, I believe so.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us their names. We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
Oh, yes, sir, I do.
You've confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks a great deal towards heaven's side. God will bless you for your help.
Oh, God bless you, Mr. Hale.
You are God's instrument, Tituba, put in our hands to find the devil's agents among us. You've been chosen, Tituba. You've been selected to help us cleanse our village. So speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, and God will protect you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
There was 4. There was 4.
Who? Their names, their names.
Oh, how many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris!
Kill me?
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no good man. Mr. Paris mean man and no gentleman. And he bid me right out of my bed and cut you! But I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But the devil said, you work for me, Sister, and I make you free. I give you pretty testimony. I get you high up in the air and go right back to Barbados. And I tell him, you lie, devil, you lie. Then he come one stormy night to me. And he say, look, I have white people who belong to me. And I looked, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
I, Sarah Goody Osborne.
I knew it! Goody Osborne were midwife to me 3 times. I begged you not to
and the devil is preying on her like a beast upon the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your...
I want to open myself! I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I saw the devil. I wrote in his book. I danced for him. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Woody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Davis with the devil. I saw Woody Hale with the devil.
She speaks. Lord's God is broken. They are free.
I saw Martha Fellows with the devil. I saw Woody Zimmer with the devil.
The marshal! I'll get the marshal!
I saw Alice Farrell with the devil.
Have the marshal bring iron.
I saw Woody Hawkins with the devil. I saw Woody Zimmer with the devil. I saw Woody Moon with the devil.
So
planting far out to the forest edge.
Ah, you done then?
Aye, the farm is seated. The boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Ready now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it Jonathan's trap?
No, she walked into the house this afternoon. Found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
Well, that's a good sign then. Walking in?
Her God, it hurt my heart to strip her. Poor rabbit.
It's well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender?
Aye. Think we'll see green fields soon? It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
I would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider?
Aye.
The farm's a continent when you go foot by foot planting seeds in it.
Aye, it must be.
You ought to put some flowers in the house.
Oh, I forgot. I will tomorrow.
On Sunday, let you come with me. We'll walk the farm. I've never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Lilacs have a purple smell. The smell of nightfall, I think. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
Are you sad again? I think you might be.
You come so late, I thought you got to Salem this afternoon.
Why? What business have I to do in Salem?
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I've thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? I forbid her go to Salem again.
I couldn't stop her.
It's a fault, Elizabeth. You are the mistress of this house, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may such a mouse frighten you?
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she wakes up her chin like the daughter of a priest and says to me, I must go to Salem, Lady Proctor. I am the official of the court.
Court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. 4 judges they sent out of Boston, weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Aye, she's gone mad.
I would to God she has. There be 14 people in the jails now, she says, and they'll be tried and the court have power to hang them as well.
They never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone silly, I think. She speak of Abigail, and I thought she were a saint to hear her. She takes the other girls, and where they walk, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if they scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in jail for bewitching them.
It was a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem. To Abigail. You must tell them it's a fraud.
Aye. It is.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did
Aye.
she not?
She did. He did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. It's a wonder they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think.
You cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I said I will think.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. The girl's a saint now, and make it not easy to prove her a fraud. The town's gone so silly. She told it to me in her room alone. I have no proof of it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Why then it is not as you told.
It was only for a moment. The others came in soon after.
you wish.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion no more.
I have no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
To doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail who must go to her, will you falter now?
No, look.
I see what I see, John.
Elizabeth, you will judge me no more. For I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think of it. Let you look to your own improvement and judge your husband no more. I have forgotten Abigail, and I. Spare me! You forgive nothing, you forget nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she's gone. I have not moved from here to there without I seek to please you. And still, an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. Cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I step into a court when I step into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd.
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am only
No
trying.
more! Should have roared you down when I first heard your suspicion. But I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not. That you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you, John. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you were a good man, John, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer.
Evening.
How dare you go to Salem when I forbid it? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Do you mock me? I will whip you if you leave this house again.
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray, hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all
The
day.
proceedings? What of these proceedings? When will you proceed to keep this house, which you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not holding well?
I made a gift for you today, good Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair comment.
We must all love each other now, goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll wake early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
She's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang, you say?
Aye.
And the deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book in her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God thrown down, and then we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Very surely.
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Well, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into this court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches, and so very old, poor. But then she sit there, denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice! And all at once I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
She may mumble if she's hungry.
But what does she mumble, Goody Proctor? You must remember, last month, a Monday, I think, she turned away and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do,
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he say, Sarah Good, says he, what curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And she replies, why, no curse at all, sir. I only say my commandments. I
upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne say, recite for us your commandments. And out of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
They must when she condemned herself.
But the proof,
I told you the proof! It's hard proof. Hard as rock, the judges say.
Mary Warren, you will not be going to that court again.
I will be gone every day for some time now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What weighty work you do. Strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail some time. And here's a wonder, think on this. Goody Good is pregnant!
Pregnant, are they mad? The woman's nearly 60.
Aye, but Dr. Riggs examined her and she's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years and no husband either. But they'll not hurt the innocent child, so she's safe, thank God. Be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say.
An official, you?
I'll not stand for whipping no more.
Mary, just promise now that
The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's
Whip
hiding.
the devil out of you!
I saved her life today.
I'm accused?
Only somewhat mentioned. But I said I never saw no sign you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing as I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it. I only hope you'll not be so sarcastical with me no more. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat down to dinner with us but an hour ago. I'll have you speak civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I'm 18 and a woman, however single.
You wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed.
Good night!
Good night.
The noose is up.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead, John, and all we can come to this.
You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow? She'll cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John, you know it.
Sit you down, Elizabeth. We must be wise about this.
Oh, tea.
Tomorrow I'll fetch Ezekiel Sheep. I'll tell him that we're all sport.
John, with so many in the jail now, more than she herself is needed, I think. Would you favor me this? Go to Apple.
What business have I to do with Abigail?
John, grant me this. You will have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now. I'm sure she does. And thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I'm no goody good who sleep in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place.
She cannot think.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass into the church, but you won't blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you, Elizabeth? What see you?
I think you'd be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she's so close.
Somewhat ashamed. When will you know me, woman? Were I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may send, break it, John, break it.
Fine, then, I'll go.
I
I will curse her harder than the oldest cinder in hell. Beguile me not my anger.
Your anger, I only ask you to go and...
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. However, I see now that your spirit will whirl around my single misdoing in my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. bench on Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope I did not startle you.
Oh,
No, it's just we heard the horse.
You are good wife Proctor?
hi, Elizabeth.
I hope you are not off to bed yet.
Oh, no, we're just not used to visitors late at night, but you are welcome here, Mr. Hale. Please, take a seat.
I will. Let you sit, good wife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have further traveling yet tonight. Let you sit. I will not keep you long. I have some business with you.
No business of the court, I hope.
No, I come of my own, without the court's authority. Hear me, I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is somewhat mentioned in court.
I know. Our Mary Warren has told us. We are entirely amazed.
You know, do not, that I'm a stranger here. And in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those who come before the court. So, this evening, now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such one should be charged. But she is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You'll never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
You surely cannot think.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt that the powers of the dark are gathered in a monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence to deny it. You will agree, sir?
I have no knowledge in that line. However, I find it somewhat unbelievable that a woman may be the devil's after 70 years of such upright prayer.
Aye, but the devil's a wily one. You cannot deny it. But she is far from accused, and I am sure she will not be. I thought to put some questions into the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
We have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath day.
Why, you are surely mistaken.
26th time in 17th month, I must call that rare, sir. Tell me, why are you so absent?
Never knew why I must report to that man why I go to church or why I stay home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told, but you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I came when I could, and when I couldn't, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
It does. It also tells me that a priest may preach without him golden candlesticks.
What golden candlesticks?
Ever since we built the church, we had these pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know. Sweeter hand had never touched the metal. However, ever since Paris got here, for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had me. I work from dawn of day till blink of night. When I look up to the heavens and I see my money glaring down at his elbows, why, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. Sometimes I think the man dreams cathedrals instead of clapboard meeting houses.
But a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
How comes it that only 2 are baptized?
I like not that Paris lay a hand on my baby. I see no light of God in that man.
I must say, sir, that is not for you to say. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What is your suspicion, Mr. Hare?
No, I haven't.
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign, then.
Maybe we were too quick to bring the man to book. But you surely cannot think we desire the destruction of religion in this household. It is somewhat on your mind, is it not?
There's a softness in your record, sir, a softness.
Perhaps we've been too hard with Mr. Paris, I think so, but surely we never loved the devil.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
Aye, I'm sure I do.
Let you repeat them, then.
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not speak the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You've said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Adultery. See, between the two of us, we know the law. I think it to be a small fault, sir.
Theology, sir, it is a fortress. No crack in it may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house, mister.
I pray it dearly. I bid you good night, then.
Mr. Hale, I think you're somewhat suspecting me, are you not?
I do not judge you, good wife Proctor. My duty is to bring what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you good fortune and good health. Good night, sir.
John, I think you must tell him.
What's this?
Will you tell him?
I have no proof of it, except my word be taken. However, I know the children's sickness have not to do with witchcraft.
Not to do with witchcraft.
They were dancing in the woods. Paris discovered them. They were startled. They took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams did, sir.
Abigail.
She told me the day you came.
Abigail Williams told you it had naught to do with witchcraft.
Why
would you keep this?
I knew not that the town had gone daft with all this nonsense.
Nonsense? I myself have examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others who've confessed to witchcraft. They confessed it.
Why wouldn't they? If they hang for denying it. Mr. Hale, there are some who will confess to anything before they hang. Surely you thought of that?
Indeed I have. And you would testify this in court?
I had not reckoned with going to court, but if I must, I will.
Do you falter?
I falter nothing. However, if such a court may accuse one who cannot lie, will never lie, and has not lied of witchcraft, well, I wonder whether I may be credited in such a court. Mr. Hale, I am no fool.
Proctor, let you be open with me now, for I have a rumor that troubles me. It is said that you may not believe that there are witches in the world.
I know not what I say. I have wondered if there be witches in the world, however, I cannot think they are among us now.
Then you do not believe that there...
The Bible speaks of witches, I cannot deny.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot!
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot believe that the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, I know it. And if you think I may only do good in the world and yet secretly be bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, that I do not believe it.
Then you do not believe it?
If you think that I am one, I say there are none.
But surely you do not fight against the gospel.
Oh, she believed the gospel, sir. She believed every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
This be a Christian house, Mr. Hale, a Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized and go without fail to church each Sabbath day. And keep a solemn, quiet way among them. I think...
John!
Giles, what's the matter?
They've taken my wife. It is Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the jail.
Hi. Chief become a taper in his wagon. We only now keep from the jail and
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you help us with that taper? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray, come home, Mr. Nice.
My wife is a very brick and mortar of the church. They brought the glory, they can not me and come closer to God than Martha.
How were Rebecca charged?
For murder she is charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murders of Goody Putnam's baby. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca be tainted, then there's nothing stopping the whole green world from burning. Rely on the justice of the court. They will send her home soon, I'm sure of it.
You cannot mean she will be tried in court.
Nurse, though our hearts may break, we cannot flinch. This is a strange time, sir. I've seen too many fretful proofs in court. The devil is alive here in Salem, but we dare not quail to wherever the accusing finger points.
You surely cannot think such a woman may murder children.
Man, remember just an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said you were reading books!
What complaints exactly were made on your wife, Mr. Corey?
That bloody Poncott. You see, he bought a pig for my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and it died soon after. So he comes dancing in for his money back, and my Martha said to him, Poncott, if you hadn't had the fit to read a pig properly, you would not live to a many, she says. And now he goes to court and claims from that day on till then, he can't keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched them with her books.
Good evening, Mr. Cheever. Coming on the business of the court, I hope.
I do, Proctor. I am clerk of the court now, you know.
You'll burn for this, Ezekiel. Do you know it? You'll burn for it!
You know, I must have been told. You surely know that, Giles. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law and all its tonnage, I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
I knew not. When was she charged?
I'm given 16 warrants tonight, and she's one.
Who charged her?
By Abigail Williams.
On what proof? What proof?
Proctor, the court bid me search your house, but I do not like to search a house, so please, if there are any pockets your wife may keep here.
Puppets?
I never kept no pockets, not since I was a girl.
I spy a pocket between Proctor.
Oh, why, this is Mary's.
Would you please give it to me?
Have the court discovered a text in pockets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one either till today. What signifies a puppet?
Why, they say it may signify that she... No, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Elizabeth, fetch Mary.
No, I am forbidden to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind. Elizabeth, fetch Mary Warren.
What signifies a puppet, Mr. Chief?
Why, it may signify that she... Why, this is...
What is it?
It is a needle. Herrick, it is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
Let this go hard with her, Proctor. I have my doubts, but here's calamity. Sir, it is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams. She sat to dinner at Reverend Harris's house. Without word nor warning, she falls to the ground like a struck beast. He says she screamed a scream, a bold weep to hear, and when he goes to save her, stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out. And when he goes to ask her how she come to be stabbed, he testified over your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. Surely you cannot take this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet for the Proctor keeps, and in the belly of the poppet a needle is stuck. Now I tell you true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell.
Here now. Mary Warren. How did this poppet come into my house?
What puppet?
This poppet. This poppet.
Why, I think it is mine, sir.
It is your poppet.
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in the court and gave it to Goody Proctor tonight.
There you have it.
Mary, a needle were found inside this poppet.
I meant no harm by it,
You
sir.
stuck the needle in yourself?
I did, sir.
As it is.
Mary, are you sure this be your natural memory? Are you sure that perhaps even now someone doesn't conjure you to say this?
It conjures me. Why, no, sir. I am entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in the court. Or better yet, ask Abby. Abby sat beside me while I made it.
There. That surely must settle you. Now bid him out, Mr. Hale.
Mary, you charge a cold, cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no...
Abigail were found tonight with a needle stuck inside her belly.
And she charges me.
Aye.
The girl's murdered. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world. Herrick, you heard it.
Out of my house!
You dare not touch the warrant.
Out of my house!
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant.
Damn the deputy governor out of my house!
Now, Proctor!
Get you gone, you're a broken minister!
Proctor, if she's innocent,
If she is innocent, why has it never asked whether Paris be innocent or Abigail? Are those accusing as holy as though they came out yesterday like God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. A vengeance is walking Salem. We always were here in Salem. Only now children are chandling the keys to the kingdom and common vengeance writes the law. This warrant is vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not. I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her.
You won't see her taken?
Proctor, the court will just...
Conscience, pilot! You will not wash your hands off this!
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there's bread enough in the morning, you will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his own daughter, who owed me that and much more.
I will bring you soon, Elizabeth.
Bring me soon, John.
I will fall like an ocean unto that court. Fear nothing!
I fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Herrick! Herrick! You will not chain her, men! I will not see her chained!
And yet, silent minister, it's a fraud, and you know it's a fraud. What keeps you, man?
Herrick! I'll pay you! Please, I'll surely pay you!
In God's name, God, I cannot help myself. I must shame them all. Now let you keep inside this home until I'm gone.
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity! Proctor, charity! What have I heard in her favor? I will not fear to testify in court. I cannot judge her guilty or innocent, for I know not. But only this consider. If the world goes mad, it shall profit nothing that you lay the cause of it to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
I cannot think God be provoked by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and a hanging is promised. Man, we must look at cause proportionate. Were there murders done that were not brought to light? Abomination, I see for blasphemy that sticks to heaven. Think on cause, man, and help me to discover it. For there is your way, believe it, and only your way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let you counsel among yourself. Think on why we have drawn such thundering wrath from heaven. I shall pray that God open our eyes.
I never heard no murder in Salem. Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go now, Giles.
Let you think on it, eh? We'll come early tomorrow.
Leave me, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, it's very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You will come to the court with me, and you will tell the court what you know.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court how that pie came into our house and who stuck that needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abigail turned flattery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you?
I have known it, sir. She will ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good then. Her saintliness is over. We will fall together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot do this. No.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth. That goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do that. I cannot. They'll turn.
Make your peace with it. I will speak with you, Abigail.
Have you come?
Friendly.
I knew it must be you. When I heard the pebbles on my window, before I even opened my eyes, I knew. I thought you'd come a great time sooner.
I've thought to come many times.
Why didn't you? I'm so alone in the world now.
I've heard people ride 100 miles just to see your face nowadays.
My face. Can you see my face?
Then you're troubled.
You come to mock me.
No, I've only heard that you go to the tavern every night and play shuffleboard with the deputy governor, and they get you cited.
I have once or twice played the shuffleboard, but I have no joy in it.
This is a surprise, Abby. Thought I'd find you gayer than this. Told a troop of boys follow you wherever you go, step for step nowadays.
They do. But I have only lewd looks from those boys.
And you like that not?
Why, I cannot stand lewd looks no more, John. They ought to be giving me godly looks when I suffer for them as I do.
How do you suffer, Abby?
Why, look at my leg. Holes all over from their damn needles and pins. The jack my wife gave me just last week ain't healed yet, you know.
Oh, it isn't.
Sometimes I think she pricks it open again while I sleep.
Ah,
And George Jacobs, he come again and again, raps me with his stick, same spot every night this week. Why, look at the lump I've got.
Abby, George Jacobs has been in the jail all this month.
Thank God he is, and bless the day he hangs and lets me sleep in peace again. Oh, John, the world is so full of hypocrites. They pray in jail. I'm told they pray in jail.
And not pray?
And torture me in my bed while sacred words are coming from their mouths. It will take God himself to cleanse this town properly.
Abby, you still mean to call out others?
If I live, if I am not murdered, I surely will, until every last hypocrite is dead.
And is there no one good?
There is one. You are good.
I am. How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness. Therefore, you are good. It was a fire you walked me through, John, and all my ignorance was burned away. It was a fire, John. We lay in fire. And from that night on, no woman dared call me wicked, for I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the wind blew up my skirt, and blush for shame when some old Rebecca called me loose. And then you burned all of it away, and suddenly I saw them, bare as some December trees, walking like saints to church, running to feed the sick and hypocrites in their hearts. And God made me to call them liars. And God made men to listen to me. And by God, I will scrub the world clean for the love of him. Oh, John, I will make you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day, a light of heaven in your house. Why are you cold?
My wife goes to trial in the morning, Abby.
Your wife.
Surely you know of it.
I've heard of it. Is she well?
As well as she may be. 36 days in that place.
You said you came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her?
I came to warn you of what I am to do in the court. For I like not to take you by surprise, and I want to give you ample time to save yourself.
Save myself!
If my wife is not freed by tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you, Abby.
Ruin me?
I have rocky proof in documents that puppet were none of my wife's, and that you yourself made Mary Warren scab that needle in.
I made Mary Warren!
You know what you do. You're not so mad.
Oh, hypocrites, have you won him too? Why do you let them send you, John?
I warn you, Abby.
No. They take your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No. This is your sniveling, envious wife's pleading. This is Mark Lepore's voice, Rebecca's voice. You are no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud you are.
And when they ask you why Abigail would ever do such a murderous deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
What will you tell? You'll confess to fornication in the court.
If you'll have it, I will. I say I will. If you can still hear this, you will tell them that you are blind to spirits, and you will never call witchcraft again, or I will make you famous for the whore you are.
Never in this world. I know you, John. At this very moment, you are singing secret hallelujahs at your rightful head.
You're mad, you murderous bitch!
Oh, how hard it is when pretense falls. But it falls. It falls! You have done your duty by her. I pray this be your last hypocrisy. I hope you will come again with sweeter news for me. I know you will. For now, your duty is done. Good night, John. Fear not. Tomorrow I will save you. From yourself, I will save you.
Shall set aside?
Excellency, we mean no disrespect for
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
I only sent you were reading books. Did they come and take her out of my house for it?
Books? What books?
It is my third wife, sir. I never had a wife be so taken with books, and I just wanted to find the cause of it. But there was no witch I blamed her for. I had broken charity with the woman. I had broken charity with her.
Your Honor, this man commits hard evidence in his wife's defense. I think in all justice you must...
Then let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of a procedure here, Mr. Hale. Take her out.
Stop.
Martha! Martha! Martha!
Please, sir, we are desperate. 3 days now we come here, still cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife Rebecca were that condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar, Mr. Nurse. I only have good report of your character.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will.
We have proof for your eyes, sir. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's that?
We have proof of it, sir. They are deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir, contempt.
Mr. Nurse, do you know who I am?
I surely do, sir, and I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in jail from Marblehead to Lynn upon my signature? And 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
Please, sir, I never thought to say this to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor, sir.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
Aye, Your Honor. When I go to fetch her for the court last week, she said she were sick.
She's been striving for her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes and tells the truth of this to you.
Who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir.
Peace. And what would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits.
Never saw no spirits.
Never!
She is signed in deposition.
No, I accept no deposition. Now tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given the story out into the village?
We have not.
We've come to overthrow this court, sir.
I pray you, Mr. Paris. Mr. Proctor, do you know that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through these children?
I know that, sir.
And Mary Warren, how came you crowd people for sending their spirit against you?
Pretense.
I cannot hear you.
It were pretense, she says.
Ah, and the other girls? Susanna Walcott and the others, are they also pretending? Indeed.
Surely you cannot let so vile a lie be spreaded over the court.
Indeed not. But it strikes hard upon me that you come in here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether or not I shall hear you, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, and melts down all concealment.
I know that, sir.
Let me continue. I understand very well a husband's tenderness may drive him to extravagancy in defense of a wife. Are you certain in all your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it.
And you thought to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
I thought I would, with your permission. Aye.
Now what is your purpose in doing so?
Why, it would save my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
I know, sir.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever!
I think it be my duty, sir. You'll not deny it, John. When we come to take his wife, he damned the court and whipped your wife.
Now you have it.
You did that, Mr. Hale?
Aye, he did.
It were temper, sir. I knew not what I did.
Mr. Proctor,
Aye, sir.
have you seen the devil?
No, sir.
Are you in all respects a gospel Christian?
I am, sir.
Such a Christian that will not come to church but once a month.
I have no love for Mr. Paris. That is no secret, but God I surely love.
He plow on Sunday, sir.
Now on Sunday?
I have once or twice plowed on Sunday, for I have 3 children, sir. And until last year, my land hath gave little.
You'll find other Christians that plow on Sunday.
Your Honor, I cannot think you can judge this man on such evidence.
I judge not. Mr. Proctor, I will tell you this. I have seen marvels in this court. I've seen people choked by spirits. I've seen them struck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have not until this very moment to believe that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Does it not strike you, sir, that so many of these women have spent so long with such an upright reputation?
You read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
Aye, I read the gospel.
I think not, for surely you would know that Cain was an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, and God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered Goody Putnam's 7 babies by sending out her spirit on them? The children alone. And this one will swear that she lied to you.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she is pregnant now.
My wife pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
Aye, but if she says she is, she must be. For that woman may never lie, Mr. Danforth. Never.
She will not?
Never, sir, never!
We have thought it far too convenient to be credited. However, if I should begin to tell you that she will be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to this? You say your only purpose is to save your wife? Good then. She is saved for at least next year, and a year is long, mister. What say you? Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
They've come to overthrow this court, sir.
These are my friends, Your Honor. Their wives are also accused.
I judge not. I'm ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court. I only come to give you this. Now, I'm no lawyer, so
The pure of heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
but have you read this first. It is a sort of testimony. Those signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca Nurse, my wife, and Martha Corey.
Their good opinions.
I'll have you notice that they are all covenanted Christians, members of the church. If you'll see here, sir, they have known the women many years, and they have never seen no signs of doing with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word. No harm would come to them for signing this.
It's a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one just...
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem, Mr. Hale. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you should like to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think.
They're all covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I'm sure that they have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, how born strong for all these arrest for examination. Now, what other evidence do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble upon these people.
No, sir, you have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or must be counted against it. There is no road in between. This is a sharp time, now a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not the light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of these. She's not hot here, see?
Why, she's not. Now, Mary, remember the angel Raphael and what he said unto the boy Tobias. Remember, do that which is good, and no harm shall come unto thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give me mine.
Aye. This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh?
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired a lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It is very well written. My compliments. Mr. Paris, Mr. Putnam is in the court. Will you bring him here? You have no legal training.
I have the best. I have been to court 33 times in my life, and I'm always plaintiff, too.
Then you're much put upon.
I'm never put upon. I know my rights, and I will have them. Aye, there he is.
Mr. Putnam, I have an accusation against you from Mr. Giles Corey in which he states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to this?
A fart on Thomas Putnam! That's what I say to that!
But for what proof do you submit your charge?
My proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for being a witch, he farts it up his land. That is the law. And there's no one with the coin but Putnam to buy such great a peace. He's killing his neighbors for land.
What proof, sir? The proof!
The proof is there. I heard from an honest man that Putnam said it. The day his daughter cried out Jacobs, he said that his daughter would get a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
Why, I cannot give you no name.
And why not?
You know why not? He'll end up in jail!
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely give us his name.
I will not give you a name. I gave up my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that! I stay mute.
Then you give me no other choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court. Do you understand that?
You cannot clap me for a contempt of a hearing.
As a proper lawyer, then, do you wish me to call the court in session, or will you give me a good reply?
I cannot give you no name, sir. I cannot!
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session. I ask of you, Mr. Giles Corey, the name of who...
Sir, you have the confession in confidence. You need not...
Revelers on such confidences. Without confidences, there'll be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
If your informant tells the truth, let him come out here like a decent man. But if he hide anonymity, I must know why. And Mr. Corey, the Central Court and the High Government demand of you the name who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale!
there's a prodigious fear of this court in this country.
There's a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there's fear in this country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with the fear in the country. There is a fear in the country because there's a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But that's not all that all accused are part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None! Mr. Corey, you are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit yourself down and take counsel with yourself until you decide to answer all questions.
No, child! I'll catch you! I'll kill you yet! He's child! I'll prove it yet!
Say nothing, George John. He's only fooling you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him for his old age. Peace, Giles. We'll prove it all now. Now, Mary, remember the angel Raphael. That is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I pray you, sir, remember, up until 2 weeks ago, she were no different than the other children are today. You heard her scream, you saw her howl. She swore familiar spirits came out and choked her. She testified that she saw the devil in the form of those now in jail.
You know all this?
And now, she sits before you and testifies that she never saw Satan, nor any familiar spirits, vague or clear, that he sent to harm her. And she claims that her friends are lying now.
Excellency, I believe this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
I cannot say this in an honest manner, for I know him little. But a claim so weighty, Your Honor, cannot be argued by a farmer. In God's name, sir, let him come back. Let him come back with a lawyer and...
Mr. Hale?
I have signed 72 death warrants. I'm a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take life without there being proof so immaculate that no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt...
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurseron. I will not conceal it. My hand shakes yet as if it were a wound. This argument, sir, let lawyers present to you and...
Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning, you are the most bewildered. And I hope you will forgive me. I am 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now let you consider, and I beg you all, to do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up a witness to prove their innocence. But witchcraft is an ipso facto, and on its face and by its nature an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be a witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now, we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself, granted. We must rely upon the victims, and they do testify. The children do testify. As for the witches, none can deny we are most eager for all their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I've made my point, have I not?
But, Your Honor, this girl claims the girls are not truthful. If they are not truthful,
that is precisely what I'm about to consider, Mr. Hale. What more do you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity?
I surely do not, sir. But you consider it that.
And may your heart be put to rest. For deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question.
Mr. Paris, I bid you to be silent. Mr. Cheever, if the children are in the court, will you bring him here?
But
Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me, you sat in my court callously lying when you knew people would hang for this evidence?
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you know that God damns all liars? Or is it now you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
She's with God now.
I, sir.
Well, Mary Warren, I can tell you this. You were either lying in the court then, or you are lying now. In each case you have committed perjury and will be sent to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary.
I cannot lie, Lord. I am with God. I am with God.
Here they are, sir.
what's that?
Off, children. Sit you down. Your friend Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she claims that she's never seen any familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law, the law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, written by Almighty God, forbids the practice of witchcraft and describes the penalty of death thereof. Likewise, children, the law and the Bible damns any bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition might be sent here to blind us. It may be very well that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan and has been sent here to distract our sacred purpose. In that case, her neck will break for it. But if she speaks true, I bid you now, drop your guile and confess. For a quick confession will go easy with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
A very agog bit will be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will any of you change position now, or do you force me to hard question?
Why, I have not to change, sir. She lies.
She's not.
You would still go on with this.
Just in the
I,
book,
sir.
friend.
Abigail Williams, a puppet was discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, struck by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in court while she made it, and that you witnessed her strike it with the needle for safekeeping. What say you to this?
Why, it is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you discover any puppets in the house?
Goody Proctor always kept pockets.
Why, she lies! Mary Warren has testified that it is her puppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever?
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in the house, she said she never kept no puppets. But she did say she kept puppets when she were a girl.
Mr. Danforth, she hasn't been a girl this 15 years.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren hath testified that she never saw no puppets, nor anyone else.
Why could there be no puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
There may also be a five-legged dragon hid where no one ever saw
We
it.
are here, Excellency, precisely to discover what no one's ever seen.
Aye. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Now, Harry, tell them about the dancing in the woods.
Your Honor, ever since I came here, this man is blackening my name.
In a moment.
What?
What is this dancing?
Abigail Williams have to take the girls into the woods. They have to dance there naked.
Your Honor, this is all.
Mr. Paris discovered them himself. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris?
I can only say, sir, I never saw any of them naked.
But you have discovered them dancing in the woods. Abigail?
Your Honor, Mr. Paris told me that when I first arrived here from Beverly, sir.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
No, sir, but I never saw any of them naked.
But she has danced.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray you. Proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary. Were never threatened nor afflicted by the manifest of the devil or any of his agents.
No, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in the court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times when your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth, you...
I saw that many times.
She were pretending, sir. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can't she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Why not? For there are no attacking spirits here, but none are accused of witchcraft. So let her turn herself cold now, let her pretend she is attacked. Let her faint. Faint. I faint and prove to us what you pretended in this court so many times.
I cannot faint now.
Can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Perhaps that there are no afflicting spirits loose, but in the court there were some.
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now and prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? Or attacking spirits that made you faint.
No, sir.
No, this is clearly a trick.
It's not a trick! I used to faint just because I thought I saw them,
Thought you saw them.
but I did not.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, seemed to believe them. And it were only sport in the beginning, then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits. And I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Child, search your heart and beware of it. To God every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take a life without cause. Is it possible that the spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross
Why,
your mind?
that is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out, near to murdered every day for doing my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward, to be denied, questioned, mistrusted like a
Child!
No,
I do not.
let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it. There is...
Child, what is
I know not. A wind. A cold wind. I should call my breath. Abby, Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending, Mr. Danforth.
They are cold, Your Honor. Touch them. Mary, do you send your shadow on me? Oh, it's safe. I breathe. I breathe. It is a wind. A wind. Abby, don't do that.
Do you, Witcher? I ask you, do you send your spirit out?
No, let me go, Mr. Proctor. I can heavenly Father. Take away this shadow. Where you call her?
John, you cannot say such a thing.
Francis, only you had enough evil in you to know me. Men will not cast away his good name. Surely you know that.
In what place?
In what time and place? In the proper place for my beast companion. The last day of my joy, some 8 months past. She used to work for me in my house, sir. One may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. My wife, my dear, good wife, sir, took this girl in and put her out on the high road. But being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir. Apologies, Your Excellency. Forgive me. For she seeks to dance with me on my wife's grave, and, well, she might. For God help me, I thought of her softly. I lusted! And there is a promise in such sweat, but it is a whore's vengeance. Surely you must see that now. I set myself entirely in her hands.
You deny every scrap of this?
I must answer that question. I will leave and I will not come back again.
I am made bound by honor. I have wrung the due of my good name. You will believe me, Mr. Danforth, believe me! My wife is innocent, except she knew a whore when she saw one.
What look do you give me? I'll not have such looks.
You will remain where you are! Mr. Paris, go into the court and fetch to touch the bottom of this swamp. Mr. Proctor, your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
Hi, she cannot lie. There are those that cannot sing, there are those that cannot weep. My wife, she cannot lie.
And when she put her out for a harlot.
Aye, she knew it.
And she knew her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
She say it was for harlotry. May God have mercy on your soul! Hold! Turn your back.
What's that, Mom?
Turn your back! Likewise. Now let neither of you turn your back to face good wife Proctor. No one in this court is to speak a word or to raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter! Mr. Cheever, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come, woman, come. You are to look at my eyes only, not at your husband.
Good, sir.
We have come to believe that at one point you dismissed your servant Abigail Williams.
That's true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? Look at me! The answer is in your memory and you need no help to give it to me. For what cause did you dismiss your servant?
She dissatisfied me. And my husband.
In what way dissatisfied?
She were...
Look at me! Was she slovenly, lazy? What disturbance did she cause you?
Your Honor, my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He's never drunk, a samar, nor wasting his time at the shuffleboard, but is always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me, and this girl, Sir Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think that he fancied her. And so one night, I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the highway.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn.
He...
Look at me! To your knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question, is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth!
She's spoken, remove her.
Elizabeth, I have confessed it! Oh, God! She only thought to save my name!
Excellency is a natural lie to tell. Stop now before another's condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. There is a private vengeance working through this testimony. I believe him. By my oath to heaven now, I believe him. Let his wife come back. Let his wife come back.
He's spoken nothing of lechery. This man has lied.
I believe him. This girl has always struck me false. Yes.
You will not! Be gone! Be gone, I say!
Child, what is it? Girls, why do you...
It's on the beam. Behind the rafters.
Where?
There! Why do you come, yellow bird?
I see no bird.
My face? My face!
Mr. Hale,
Be quiet.
do you see a bird?
Be quiet.
When God made my face, you did not wish to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Happy. Oh, Mary, it is a black art to change your shape. No, no, I will not stop my mouth. It is God's work I do. Happy, I'm here.
They're pretending, Mr. Davenport.
Oh, Mary, please don't come down. Her gloves is breaking.
Lies, lies.
Oh, Mary, please don't hurt me. I'm not hurting her.
Why did she see this vision?
She sees nothing. She sees nothing. Abby, you mustn't. Abby, you mustn't. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Mary Warren, draw back your spirit out of them.
Mr. Danforth. Mr. Danforth.
You've seen the devil, have you?
Never, 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 never.
Why can they only repeat you?
They're sporting. They're sporting. Abby, stop it. Abby, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Little while ago you were afflicted. Now it seems that you afflict others. Where have you learned this power?
I have no power. I have no power.
We are dulling you, mister.
Why have you turned about these past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not?
You cannot believe them.
Mary, goddamn all liars.
You have seen the devil, you have made compact with Lucifer, have you not?
Goddamn all liars, Mary.
I say you will
Mary. Just stand
Look
fast.
out! He's coming down! Don't touch me! You're the devil's man!
Praise God.
Praise God! I'll not hang with you. I love God. I bless God!
Mary, how?
He come at me by night and every day to sign.
Son, what? Book? The devil's book?
My name. He want my name. I'll murder you, he said. If my wife hangs, we must go and overthrow the court, he said. His eyes were like coal, and his fingers claw my neck, and I sign.
Excellency, this child's gone wild.
I'll go your way no more. I love God. I bless God. Abby, I'll not hurt you more.
What are you?
You are combined with the Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, you will not deny it! What say you?
What say I? I say God is dead! A fire is burning! I hear the boot of Lucifer, and I see his filthy face! That it were my face, and yours, Mr. Danforth. As when men quail, as I have quailed, and as you now quail, to bring men from ignorance, when they know, in their blackest heart that it be fraud. Well, God damns our kind especially, and we will burn together!
Send them to the jail of glory!
I denounce these proceedings.
You are pulling heaven down and raising up a whore.
I denounce these things I have witnessed for.
If I show them my Savior, I shall break the rules, and they will punish me. I must play their game of not seeing. I see the game.
Come on, Sarah, let's fly to the devil.
I'll be you there, Martha.
Sarah, wake up. Sarah.
Majesty? Oh, come in. Tishima is here. Wake up, His Majesty's come.
That don't look to me like His Majesty. That looks to me like the Marsha.
I was it you, Marshal? I thought for sure you'd be the devil coming for us. I'm so excited for me going away. Ooh.
Where are you off to, Sarah? We're going to Barbados and the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings. A happy voyage to you.
A pair of bluebirds being southerly, the two of us. It would be a grand transformation, Marshal.
You best get up so you will never rise off the ground.
I'll speak to him for you if you desire to come along, Marshal.
Oh, I never refuse it, Martha. It'd be the proper morning to fly into hell. It'd be no color in Barbados. Devil, it'd be pleasure, man, in Barbados. It'd be singing and dancing. It's your fault. You aroused him up around here. He frees his soul in Massachusetts, but in Barbados, he just a sweet. I said, that's him, Sam!
He's on the youngest part.
I'm going home! Take me home, devil, take me home! Take me home, child, take me home!
Wait for me!
It's not my mind. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll go fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
They work toward midnight, I think.
What is he about here?
Why, he goes among them now and hang, and he prays with them. He sits with Goody Nurse and Mr. Paris with him now.
The men have no right to enter here, Marshal. Why have you let him in?
Why, I cannot deny, sir. Mr. Paris command me.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No. See, it'd be a bitter night, and I have no fire.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Yes, sir.
There's a prodigious stench in this place.
I will only clear the room out for you now.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Yes, sir.
But you question him, Excellency.
Paris prays with them. That is strange.
Excellency, I wonder if it'd be wise to let Mr. Paris so continuously with the prisoners. The men have a mad look about him these days.
Mad.
I met him yesterday, coming out of his house, and I bid him good morning. He wept and went his way. I think it'd be not wise the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he have some sorrow.
Oh, good morning, Excellency. Pardon me for waking you this early. Good morning, Judge Hawthorne.
Mr. Hale has no right to enter this prison.
Do you leave him alone with the prisoners?
What is his business here?
Excellency, hear me. Mr. Hale's returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bid her confess?
Hear me. She's not given me a word these past 3 months. But now she sits with him with Martha Corey, and he pleads with them to confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a province. And they soften. They soften?
Not yet, sir, not yet. But I thought to summon you for maybe think whether it be not.
Mr. Paris, be plain. What troubles you?
My niece, sir. My niece, I believe, has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to advise you of it early in the week, but.
How long is she gone?
It's be the 3rd night, sir.
Where might she be? I shall send a party for her.
No, I think she may be aboard a ship. And I discovered my strong box is broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Paris, you're a brainless man!
Excellency, a prophet, nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they will run off except they fear to be in Salem anymore. I fear there will be riot here.
Riot. Why, at every execution I've seen naught but the highest satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hawthorne, we're a different type that hanged till now. These people have great weight yet in the town. Send Rebecca Nurse upon the gibbet and send out some righteous prayer, and I fear she'll make a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she is condemned a witch. The court.
I pray you. How do you propose that?
Excellency, I think we should postpone these hangings a while.
There will be no postponement.
But now that Mr. Hale's arrived, there's hope, I think. For even if he brings one of these to God, it surely damns all others in the public eye. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will start to weep, and our good cause is lost in their tears.
Give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir, that when I gathered the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, hardly but 30 people come to hear it. That speaks discontent, I think, and...
There will be no postponement.
Excellency!
Mr. Paris, in your opinion, which one of these may be brought to God? I will strive myself with them till dawn.
But there's not sufficient time till dawn.
I will do my utmost then. Which of these do you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What's that?
When I open my door and come to you tonight, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside at night.
Accept my congratulations, Mr. Hale. We are gladdened to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
You misunderstand me, sir. I cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess?
His Excellency, the sun will rise in a few minutes. I must have more time.
Now hear me and beguile yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 already executed. The names of these 7 are given out, and the village expects to see them die with the sunrise. Postponement speaks flounderingly on my part. Reprieve or pardon may cast guilt upon them that died till now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering! If retaliation is what you fear, know this. I should hang 10,000 that dare to rise up against the law, and an ocean of salt tears cannot melt the resolution of their statutes. Now, draw yourselves up like men, as you are bound by heaven to do so. Have you spoken with them all, Mr. Hale?
All but Proctor. He's in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He says like some great bird. You would not guess he's lived except he takes food from time to time.
His wife must be well on the way with the child.
She is, sir.
Mr. Paris, you have more knowledge of this man. Perhaps her presence would soften him.
It is possible, sir. She had not laid eyes on him these past 3 months. I should summon him.
Is he at Adam? Has he struck you again?
No, sir. He's chained to the wall now.
Let you bring her up, and then bring him here.
If you postpone a week and publish to the village that you are striving for their confessions, it will speak mercy on your part, not faltering.
As God has not empowered me like Joshua to stop the sun from rising, so I cannot withhold from them the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise a rebellion, then, sir, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken in town.
There are orphans wandering from house to house. Abandoned cattle roam below the high ground. The stench of rotting crops hangs everywhere, and a man may no longer know when a harlot's cry will end his life. And you wonder if rebellion is spoken? Sir, it's a wonder they haven't burned down your province.
Ha! You baffle me, Mr. Hale. Why have you returned here?
Why, it's simple. I've come to do the devil's work. I've come to counsel Christians to belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Do you not see the blood on my head?
Hush! Here they come.
Goody Proctor, I hope you're hearty.
I'm yet 6 months before my time.
Pray you, we come not for your life. Mr. Hale, will you speak with this woman?
Goody Proctor, your husband's marked to hang this morning.
I know it.
You know, do not, that I have no connection to the court, and I would save his life, for if he is taken, I count myself as murderer. Do you understand me?
What do you want of me?
I have spent 3 months like our Lord in the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way, for damnation's doubled for ministers who counsel men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie, they are innocent.
I'll hear no more of that!
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came to this village like a groom to his beloved. I came bearing gifts of high religion, and when I touched with my great confidence, it died. And where I turned my eye of great faith, blood flowed out. Beware, Goody Proctor, cleave not to faith when faith brings blood. Life, woman, life is God's most precious gift, and no principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. Quail not in God's judgment, for God damns a liar, lest he damns one who throws away his life for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will answer to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
But by the laws of God, we are his swine. We cannot read of his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Be there no wifely tenderness within you? He will die with the sunrise, your husband. Do you understand with him? What say you? Will you contend with him? Are you stone? I tell you true, woman, Had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your very dry eyes alone would be sufficient evidence that you have delivered your soul to hell. I very much would weep with such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity within you? Take her out. It profit nothing she should speak with him.
Let me speak with him, Your Excellency. Strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified, have you not? I see a light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back to hell.
Pray, leave them, Excellency.
Child
It grows.
and the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Samuel keeps them.
You haven't seen them?
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth.
You've been tortured.
Aye. They come from my life now.
I've heard it.
None more have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one, Isaiah Goodkind is another. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She's 1 foot in heaven now. Not may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You've not heard it?
I hear nothing where I'm kept.
Charles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged, for he would not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For if he denied the charge, they would hang him shortly and auction off his property. So he stand mute and died Christian under the law. And so his sons will have his farm. It is the law, for they could not condemn him a wizard unless he answer aye or nay.
Then how did he die?
They pressed him, John.
Pressed.
Weighty stones they laid upon his chest until he played aye or nay. They say he gave them but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight.
Aye, and we're a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I thought I would confess myself to them, Elizabeth. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot be your judge, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
And Giles' wife, if she confessed?
She will not.
It is pretense, Elizabeth!
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint, for it is fraud. I am no saint. My honesty is broken, Elizabeth. I am no good man. And nothing is spoiled by giving them this lie that worked rotten long ago.
And yet you've not confessed till now. God speak goodness in you.
Spite. It is spite that keeps me silent. It's hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
John, it is not for me to...
Let those who never lie die now to save their souls. For me it is a pretense, a vanity, that will not blind God to my sins, nor save my children from the wind.
John, it come to naught that I should forgive you if you'll not forgive yourself. It's not my soul, John, it is yours. Only know this, for I know it now. Whatever you do, it is a good man does it. I've read my heart this 3 months, John. I have sins of my own to count. It takes a cold wife to prompt lecture me.
Enough, enough!
Better you should know me.
I'll not hear it, I know you!
You take my sins upon you, John.
I take my own, my own!
John, I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I should say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do as you will, but let none be your judge. There be
higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me, John, forgive me. I've never known such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You'll confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised, it is a providence. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why do you cry? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot be your judge, John, I cannot.
And who will judge me? Lord in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest, is it not? I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me it is fraud.
I cannot judge you, John.
Would you ever give them this? Tell me, would you ever give them such a lie? No, you wouldn't. If tongues of fire were singeing your back, you wouldn't give them this. Because it is evil. Good then. It is evil. And I do it.
Praise to God, man. Praise to God. You will be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it. Mr. Cheever, are you ready?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village. It will be posted high upon the church door. Now then, speak slowly and clearly to the point, for Mr. Cheever's sake. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, in your life, have you seen the devil? Come, man, there's a light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I would give out this news. Have you seen the devil?
Yes, I did.
Praise God.
And when he come to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you to do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service? Come, woman, come!
Oh, Elizabeth, John, you're well today.
Courage, man, courage. Let her witness your good example, so she may come to God herself. Now hear it, goody nurse. Say on, Mr. Proctor, did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
Why, John?
I did.
Now, woman, you surely see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
John, let God send his mercy on you.
Will you confess yourself?
Why, it is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot.
Very well, then. Mr. Proctor, when the devil comes to you, what persons do you see in his company? Did you ever see Rebecca nurse with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see her sister, Mary Eastie, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Corey with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
No, I did not.
Mr. Proctor, I'm not empowered to trade your life for a lie. A score of people have already testified that they've seen this woman with the devil.
And it is proven. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why, you should rejoice to say it if your soul's truly purged any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their name.
Mr. Proctor, do you think they go like saints?
This woman never thought she did the devil's work.
I think you mistake your duty here. It matters not what she thought. She is convicted for the unnatural murder of children and you for sending your spirit out upon Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, and until you can prove its whiteness, you cannot live in a Christian country. Now, to your knowledge, have you ever seen Rebecca nurse with the devil?
I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have not the tongue for it.
Your Honor, he has confessed it himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. The village surely will strike that Proctor confess. Let him sign it. The sun is up, Excellency.
Come, man. Sign your testimony. Give it to him. Sign it.
You have all witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it?
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Do you sport with me? You will sign it, or it is no confession, mister.
Praise be to the Lord.
No!
Please, sir.
No! No! You've seen me. I have signed it. It is enough. know Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor! You will not use me. There is no part in salvation that you should use me.
I am not using you, mister.
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world when I sold my friends?
You have not sold your friends.
Forget me not! I blacken their name when this is named to the church the very day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that
Your
you...
word isn't enough. You are the high court. Tell them Proctor confessed. Tell them I broke my knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot.
Is it the same then? If I witness it or if you sign it?
No, it is not the same. What others say and what I signed to is not the same.
Why? Do you mean to deny this confession?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then tell me why can I not
Because
have...
it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I am not worth the dust off the feet of those that hang. How may I live without my name? I've given you my soul. Leave me my name!
Is that document a lie, mister? If it is a lie, I will not have it. You will give me your good and honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the road. Which way do you go, mister? Marshal!
Proctor! Men, if you're not, you will hang!
I can! I can. And there's your first marvel that I can. For you have made your magic. For I see some shred of goodness in John Proctor. Not enough to weave a banner, but white enough to keep it from such dogs. Give them no tears. Tears pleasure them. Show honor and a stony heart, and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. Another judgment awaits us all.
Hang them high over the town! Whoever waits for these waits for corruption!
I have breakfast.
Come on.
Go to him, Buddy Proctor. There's yet still time. Go to him. Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, plead with him! Woman, it is pride! It is vanity! Be his helper! To what profit to him plead? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the words declare his truth? Go to him, goody Proctor! Take his shame away!
He understood this now. God forbid I take it from him.
Happy birthday.